Welcome to part 2 of our first night of the 2017 Catch Fitness 20-Week Challenge Awards. Tonight we announce the winners of our first 3 categories, the Youth category, the Cardiovascular category and the Ultra-Cardiovascular category. So first up to the Youth Award. Our Youth category supports and rewards our young entrants in establishing healthy habits and a positive, empowering body image attitude. This year we accepted entrants from as young as Olivia at age 12 right through to Finlay, who is now 17. We commend the families, friends and personal trainers involved in this category for your educational and supportive role of helping these young adults. Our finalists are: at age 15 she came into the challenge with a goal of seeing an improvement in her strength and muscle mass. Amongst other fabulous achievements, she went from doing 6 full press-ups to 15 and holding a plank position for 5 minutes and 17 seconds. Hannah told us in her report, "I am a strong girly now." After getting a boxing bag for Christmas, Finlay said he knew he wanted to become a boxer and needed to put in the work to get into great shape. He trained 6 days a week, and as we write this, he is about to go into the ring for his first Contenders Club fight. 14-year-old Emily challenged herself to do a bunch of activities she had never done before this 20 weeks. Inclusive in her list of adventures, she went out to sea for 5 nights and swam in the chilly winter waters of Auckland Harbour. Olivia told us in her report, "My goal at the start of the challenge was to be able to run in my school cross country. Most years I'd either just walked it or I didn't do it at all. I trained every day after school and even went out running on the weekend with mum and dad." Olivia not only ran in her school cross country, she finished 5th out of the 17 girls in her age group. And the winner of this year's Male Youth Award is Finlay. At the start of the challenge, Finlay could do 3 unassisted chin-ups, and at the end he could do a full 25. He also went from running 1 kilometre in 6 minutes 45 seconds to doing the same run in a speedy 4 minutes 40. He told us, "Going from an inactive teenager to a boxer seemed impossible for me to do in 20 weeks. I couldn't sprint 10 metres without losing my breath. My father used to be a mountaineer before he passed, and upon seeing these images I can safely say I am just like he was, a fit young man who can only get fitter." He says of his personal trainer Joe Warren, "Joe is one of New Zealand's unspoken gems amongst trainers. With her rapid integration and planning, as well as openness and communication, this allowed for a happy environment where I could learn from a pro bodybuilder on what techniques to use and when." Our 2017 female youth winner, 14-year-old Emily White. The biggest challenge for me was doing the Spirit of Adventure trophy voyage and spending 5 nights out at sea. I also took part in the 40-hour famine for the first time, as well as the 20-week challenge team survival walk, and I slept in a makeshift tent to appreciate the living conditions of the Syrian refugee camps. During the challenge, Emily experienced growing pains shooting up 3 centimetres in height. She also had some painful oral surgery done, but she bounced back, doing her first karate grading and achieving her yellow belt. Her PT, Ainsley Burton, said of her, "I have loved seeing Emily gain strength and confidence in her pursuits this year. Another strong young woman in growth. I love her confidence that is growing stronger every day." Now to our second category for the evening, the cardiovascular category. This was for people who wanted to take up walking or go from being a walker to a runner, or to be able to cycle happily up hills or just not puff going up the stairs. When judging the cardiovascular category, the judges take into account, where possible, resting heart rates, blood pressure, maximal oxygen consumption, exercise-induced and recovery heart rates. They also looked to improvements in workout intensity and duration, as well as abdominal measurements and visceral fat levels, all of which are related to cardiovascular health. Elizabeth, whose resting heart rate went from 95 beats per minute to just 73 beats per minute. Olivia, who we met as our cross-country rock star in the youth category, also excelled here in the cardiovascular category. Levy, who set herself the goal to run and walk the distance from Christchurch to Queenstown, 476 kilometres during the 20 weeks. Mandy, who sliced off 20 minutes from her 5k run time and whose recovery resting heart rate dropped 20 beats per minute, and as a fringe benefit she lost 8 kilograms in weight. We also have Amanda, who ran a whole kilometre further in her 12-minute run test and told us, "My very best achievements over the 20 weeks would be my mental state surrounding exercise and food. It's now just a lifestyle and not a chore or something I hate. It's just what I do every day." Levy had the goal to run and walk the distance from Christchurch to Queenstown, 476 kilometres during the 20 weeks. But she actually ended up doing twice that and a bit more, 1,085 kilometres all up. Another key reason we chose Levy as our winner was because of the dramatic improvement she had in her recovery resting heart rate after one of her fitness tests. At the start of the challenge, 3 minutes after running 1 kilometre, her heart rate was still 134 beats per minute. At the end of the 20 weeks on a retest, it was down to 97 beats per minute. Add to that she actually shaved off more than a minute on that 1 kilometre treadmill run. At the start of the challenge, she was acing it in 5 minutes 36 seconds, and at the end of the 20 weeks, she was sprinting it out in just 4 minutes 25. She told us in her report, "I now enjoy getting up early and going for a run. When I step onto the scales, I see past the number and I think about everything else that goes into being a healthy, happy self. This positivity and confidence in myself has, as a result, spilled over into other parts of my life and made me a much more relaxed person." Finlay Adam, the male winner of the youth category, also featuring here in our open men's cardio category for his outstanding improvements in cardiovascular fitness. Andrew's improved cardiovascular fitness and lifestyle had him grow 17 years younger. He went from a starting metabolic age of 52 to a finishing metabolic age of just 35. At 77, David is our oldest entrant this year, but it certainly hasn't stopped him from cycling the Port Hills and improving his cardiovascular fitness. With lots of little improvements all around, Shane has managed to drop almost 10 kilograms in weight over the challenge, and he told us, "My biggest achievement was joining in on a team with a group of fantastic guys whom I knew nothing about at the time. We encouraged each other, we laughed with each other, and we laughed at each other. We always displayed a smile as though we felt we belonged to a team and had a duty to share the fun with others. Short, tall, skinny, chubby, young, older, lots of laughs. I felt I belonged and there was no pressure." Andrew lost some 11 kilograms this challenge and went from having a body fat percentage of 38.8% to just 20%. His post-exercise recovery resting heart rate after 3 minutes went from 84 to 68 beats per minute, and he lost some 20 centimetres from around his waist. His metabolic age dropped from 52 years old to 35 years young. When we asked him what have been some of the very best achievements for you over the 20 weeks, his reply was, "The change of lifestyle and the strength of mind to push through the mental pain barrier, get yourself back up again and keep going. The camaraderie forged during those hard moments at the gym and fellow gym members who became friends and inspiration. My general overall fitness has skyrocketed. At the start of the 20-week challenge, I could barely manage 1 kilometre of the 2-kilometre row before dropping dead. Now the 2-kilometre row is a warm-up for my gym sessions, which has had the benefit of really helping with my asthma through the cold, dark months of winter." For the course of the challenge, Andrew saw his trainer 3 times a week, and this is what he said about her. "Chantel had endless energy and motivation, balancing it up with the right amount of realism and the ability to be able to put a friendly boot up your bum to put you back on track with a smile." Our final award for the evening, the Ultra-Cardiovascular Category. This is the category for entrants who are already fit. These people know how to look after themselves and to train well. And their goals are usually around doing longer distances and better times. Her 5th year of doing the 20-week challenge and the winner of our overall entrant award last year returned this year to tighten up her 1-kilometre run time, and indeed she scraped a whole minute off it. Karen, who in 2016 won the Rocking Recovery category after her incredible success at recovering from a broken leg, this year set herself the goal to run the Sydney Marathon, which she did on the last weekend of the challenge. Among other achievements, Sarah completed 2 10-kilometre races, 3 half marathons and 2 duathlons. She told us she was absolutely stoked with her improvements, and we were too. Kelly won the abdominal category in 2016 and she raced in with her strong abs to nail out 5 half marathons. Brogan, who last year completed a 100-kilometre run as part of the 20-week challenge, this year focused on tweaking her nutrition and training to help her achieve even more running goals, and achieve she did, inclusive of running that Sydney Marathon with Karen and getting her resting heart rate down from 72 beats per minute to 52. Apart from completing 5 half marathons, Kelly's 1-kilometre outside running time went from 4 minutes 36 seconds to 4 minutes 5 seconds. Her beat test level went from an already impressive 9.3 to 10.5. Kelly told us in her report, "I suffer with a mild form of asthma and pushing myself for the short distance tests and training did result in a couple of alarming episodes where I just could not get enough air in the tubes. So I was especially thrilled to bits with my 1K time trial. At 47, I never thought I would run under 5-minute kilometres, let alone get close to a 4-minute one. I really didn't think I could improve much on my beat test. I was pretty fit at the beginning of the challenge, so to go up 1.2 levels from 9.3 felt like such an achievement. I am grinning from ear to ear as I write this. I am so delighted. Congratulations, Kelly. So are we." Our final award for the night, the Male Ultra-Cardiovascular Award. And this was one of those unusual categories where some of the entrants didn't actually know they were in it. It doesn't often happen, but we still consider everyone as best we can. So the finalists for the 2017 Male Ultra-Cardiovascular Category are
His trainer is Kate Luddigat, and his name is Stu Oldham.
Stuart's 5-kilometre run time improved by 4 minutes 30 seconds, and his beat level went from 9.1 to 10.4. He also started swimming once a week and can now swim 50 lengths without stopping. He visited a nutritionist and now cooks for his family 3 times a week. As our 2016 winner of this category, with an acceptance speech already done, we thought it only appropriate to leave you all tonight by playing an excerpt from it.
I have
2 young boys, and I wasn't very fit a year ago, and I took on the journey because I wanted them to have a dad that was fit and active, and I wanted to see them run. And one of my goals later on in life is to be able to run 10Ks and half marathons with my 2 boys, and I needed to start now. And so I love what we've done, because I've got videos of my boys doing push-ups with me, jumping on my back while I'm doing push-ups, squat jumps and everything, and it's become a real family exercise class, and it's just the greatest reward ever. So, thank you for organising this, thank you to Kate, and thanks to the Pump family for just keeping inspiring me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.